I'm Better Call Chad, and this is gonna be May lawn care for zoysia grass. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe, and check out bettercallchad.com. Let's get right into this video. Now, May can be a tricky time of year for zoysia grass, depending on what kind of zoysia grass you have and where you're located. Because right now, our zoysia grasses are pretty much in 3 states. We have, especially down south in our southern states, especially depending on what grass you have, your zoysia is growing. You've already fed it in the spring, it's growing well, and we're into growing season. And then we have the other people with some of the other types of zoysias, can still be in the southern, but start to move more up north. We have this kind of half out of dormancy where it's starting to grow and starting to look good, but it's not quite there yet. And then we have our most up north people, we have your lawn is just about to start coming out of dormancy, where it's been brown and maybe you're just starting to see signs of life. So depending where you're at and what type of zoysia you have, you're gonna be in a different place. So for this video, especially for this fertilization portion, identifying where you're at is gonna be really important. Now, if you're one of the people where your lawn is doing great, good growth, everything like that, you're gonna wanna just apply iron. That way you can get the green you want. So lawn's growing, everything's good, you're mowing it on a weekly basis, maybe you could use some more color, bam, apply iron. Ironite or a liquid iron, doesn't really matter. Liquid iron usually gets better results, but to be honest, ironite's a great product as well, so whatever works best for you. But my people, especially down south, if your zoysia grass is growing, this is what you wanna do this time of year. Now, if your grass is in that weird state where it's not quite fully out of dormancy and it's growing, and if you've already done your spring fertilization and you're still not quite where you wanna be, then I would recommend applying another round of the spring fertilizer at like half the rate. I would do half the rate of 15-0-15 or a mild rate or a moderate rate of 10-10-10 fertilizer. That can help get it going, but sometimes you may have fertilized too early or cold temperatures came back in and you might not have gotten the results. So my people that have already done spring fertilizer and in that half dormancy state where you're almost there, let's go ahead and apply again. You can also continue to do iron. Now, if that half dormancy state and you haven't fertilized yet, go ahead and apply your spring fertilization. Now, for my most up north zoysia people, your lawn may not be quite out of dormancy right now, but it definitely will be this month. Wait for it to naturally start to green up and apply that 15-0-15 or a 10-10-10 if you need, especially if you're up north, you usually need more phosphorus to give your lawn that spring fertilizer wake up. But remember, really important, wait till it naturally starts to green up before you apply that. If you want even more detailed information on fertilizing zoysia grass, check out my zoysia playlist, and I have a video of fertilization telling you what to use and exactly how much to use and when. Now, for pests and zoysia, they're pretty minimal. You're gonna see grubs, mole crickets, and possibly chinch bugs this time of year. Now, my biggest recommendation is waiting till you have active issues to even treat or apply any insecticide. Now, if you know your lawn's very susceptible to grubs or mole crickets this time of year, then I would definitely apply a preventative. But if you're not sure or you don't see anything, I would go ahead and just wait. It's not very common zoysia is going to have a pest issue, so no point of spending the money and wasting the insecticide throughout the whole lawn. And if you want more details of exactly what insecticide to use, check out my zoysia playlist. I have a video all about insecticide. And now for fungus, you're gonna get 2 major funguses this time of year. Gray leaf spot fungus and dollar spot fungus. Now, gray leaf spot comes from a lot of moisture. So if we're getting a lot of rain, you're gonna get that gray leaf spot fungus, and it just needs to be treated with the fungicide. But like I said, unless we're getting a lot of rain, you're not commonly going to see that gray leaf spot. And then there's dollar spot, which can come up for several different reasons, but it grows in these random little spots or little circles. Luckily for dollar spot, it really doesn't do major damage to the lawn, and most lawns actually can recover on their own. But if you do notice dollar spot, you can definitely apply a fungicide to help prevent and treat active fungus. And you can use the same fungicide for both of these funguses. And check out that Zoysia playlist. I have a video of exactly what to use and how much to use on fungicide for Zoysia grass. And now the last is weeds. I'd recommend spot treating weeds every 45 to 60 days. That's a really good time frame to be walking the lawn and checking for weeds. If you mow the lawn, you see it all the time, so you'll be able to identify pests, fungus, and weeds pretty quickly and know when you need to actively treat the weeds then. But the most important thing I want to tell people as it comes around, we're starting to warm up. Temperatures are heating up, especially in the south. And so the herbicide, the selective post-emergent herbicide you may have used in the winter may not work in the summer because it might damage or stress the lawn. So make sure to be checking your labels that the herbicide you want to use does not have a heat restriction. Especially for my southern people, this is going to be extremely important to check for. And now also us, my Florida lovers here, drought has been bad. Almost the whole state has seen no rain in the month of April. So your lawn is definitely drought stressed, especially for Zoysia in the south. So if your lawn's drought stressed, don't treat weeds. That herbicide is going to stress the lawn a little bit no matter what. So if the lawn already has stresses on it, you're going to do damage to the lawn, even if the herbicide can be used in warmer temperatures. So for most of my Florida people, if your lawn's drought stressed, wait until it rains, bounce back and recovers to start treating weeds. And guys, that's gonna be it for May. The most important thing is identify where you're at. If you're in the full growth, half dormancy or total dormancy state, which it should be pretty simple by going out and looking at the lawn, you should know where you're at depending on what nutrients you're gonna give it this month. But other than that, if you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. Like this video, check out bettercallchad.com and have a great rest of your day.